Oh my goodness. And there it is. Wow, gets it to go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to BowlTV for the PWBA Summer Classic Series from the ITRC in Arlington, Texas. My name is Aaron Smith, and we are ready for the final event, the final 2 days of this amazing week or so of bowling. The BowlTV Classic, the top 24 from the first two events are on the lanes getting ready to go. 24 games of round-robin match play to determine the top 5 for Tuesday night's step ladder finals. We're excited to see these competitors back on the lanes. They had the day off as we had the DFW Regional taking place. A big congratulations to Taylor Bailey for winning her first PWBA Regional title. It was a phenomenal show, great stepladder finals, great matches showcasing the young talent on the PWBA Tour. 4 rookies making it to the show there. So we'll talk about that in a little bit more. But as we said, match play getting underway. All pinfall dropping, and we're getting bonus pins every game. There's not a bad match in the house, which is an amazing thing because on BowlTV.com, you can watch every pair of lanes. So we're going to go out there first before we bring in the BowlTV team. So, once again, we're talking about these matches. Over on 1 and 2, we got Stephanie Zavala versus Verdi Crawley. That's a pretty good match. Danielle McEwen versus Liz Johnson. Let's go. Kelly Kulik versus Beer Getting a Rush. She won the Go Bowling Classic. And then Sydney Brummett versus Dasha Kovalova. So, and that's just one of our channels here. We got the whole house covered. Great matches all day long here on BowlTV.com. So, folks, let's meet the team who's going to be joining us throughout the course of the day. Joining me from the BowlTV studio, the one, the only, Matt Cannizzaro. What's up, Matt?
Hi, Aaron Smith. How are you today?
I'm doing well. It's great to see you. Great to be back at it. We had another great event last night. Taylor Bailey, kind of a cool win, taking it home on her dad's birthday. So pretty cool present there for Jeff. It's fun to see her. I know you've worked with her quite a bit over the course of the past few years, from her time on Junior Team USA and now the PWBA Tour. I think this is something we expected, but it was great to see her break through and get this first win on the professional level.
Well, Taylor, of course, coming from the O'Keefe household, right? So automatically, I feel like walking in the door there makes you want to be better. And we see, thanks to social media, Taylor's out there putting in the work, doing all the practice sessions, going through the drills, doing the workouts, basically mirroring what Shannon has done to get herself to the level that she's at these past 2 years, right? Player of the Year, 14 titles in her PWBA career. Well, it has to be, again, both motivating and intimidating walking past those 14 trophies and 2 Player of the Year trophies every day, right, while you're at home. So Taylor putting in the work, and it has paid off. It showed yesterday. Of course, bittersweet in a way, because bowling in the regional meant that the rest of the event didn't go so well. She did not qualify for this BowlTV Classic, not among the top 24 of the 56 players throughout the Summer Classic Series. So a great step in her professional career, definitely learning along the way, but bittersweet in that regard. But either way, as she said, she's a PWBA champion, no matter how you slice it, regional, national, whatever it is, PWBA champion. That is awesome. The next stepping stone in a great career. She had Junior Team USA. She had a collegiate success. It's only natural. So congratulations to Taylor and to all the other casters and qualifiers. And thanks to everybody for coming out and being a part of that and trying to make the next step in the journey to being one of the elite.
Well said, Matt. And now joining us from the ITRC, Curtis Von Kruger. Hey, VK, what is up?
I am in bowling bliss right now, Aaron Smith.
Is it because there's unlimited match play today?
There is unlimited match play, and bonus pins abound. My cuppeth runneth over. with bowling down here. And you said it earlier, there is not a bad match in the house. You look across, you're like, oh, I want to watch that match. Oh, wait, no, I want to watch that. No, wait. You can't make up your mind. You're going to be switching back from channel to channel to channel. Be sure you're coming back to the PWBA feature channel, of course, to get all the insight. We're definitely going to bring in some great guests today as we try to really move through this. I mean, absolutely interesting shot. It plays really, really, really interesting right now. It feigns the concept of maybe a reverse block. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of skid outside with the ball not really wanting to come back. And then there's a lot of free hook on the inside. So what's the strategy? Do you move in left and try to keep your angles somewhat safe, get something that'll get through the heads and try to not burn up in the back? Do you ride that line on the outside? How are you going to attack this pattern? A bowler that I kind of feel like might have a little bit of an interesting and opportunity to really excel here is Ashley Rucker. She's going to be on her own little island throughout the day, and that might give her a little bit of an edge when it comes to this particular shot. And then another bowler I like, which is again always a pretty good bet so far this year, Stephanie Zavala. And the reason I say that is because her ball just has this miraculous ability to float through the front part of the lane. And when you can take the front part of the lane kind of out of play without just power lofting it over it, it's going to open up a lot of options for you as far as lane play is concerned. So a couple of bowlers that I like. Invariably I will be wrong, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. At least let's have an opinion, and let's get your guys' opinion in the BowlTV chat. A good morning to all of you. Thank you for being here. You make these blocks enjoyable. You make it a lot of fun, and so drop your opinion. Drop your thoughts on this particular condition and this particular group of players, and I want to hear who you think is gonna do well. Of course, we have Jillian Martin in the field. She was right on the cusp of making match play both blocks, so she qualified for the top 24 without even making a top 12, and that's great. So it's gonna be fun to watch her. She's she's a player that just really has bowled well in this house, and so of course, we're going to look forward to following her, throughout the day as well. But you got a couple of the goats right here just to start. Kelly Kulick and Liz Johnson, two players that are not going to get overwhelmed by a shot that is going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky in a different way than these other patterns. So let's go. Let's go for some bowling. Come on, Kelly, get that 10. Knock it down.
All right, folks, with that, we're going to go full screen for you so you can enjoy the action. But myself, Matt, and Curtis will be chatting throughout the course of the block. As Curtis said, we'll talk with some folks along the way as well. Some info on this oil pattern, and if you want to see the graph, be sure to head over to pwba.com. And if you're on bowltv.com, it's as simple as going to the tabs above the chat. So if you see the chat, look right above it there in the middle. Go ahead and click on the middle tab. That brings you to a page on pwba.com, which is the page we use for all of our information throughout the course of the event. So, essentially the whole tournament at your fingertips on bowltv.com. 41 feet is the distance, 37-foot drop brush, 26.55 mils, but we're using a third oil. So that was one of the things our good buddy Nick Hoagland wanted to kind of emphasize this week, is that each of the national tour stops featured a different type of kegel oil. So we're using curve oil here, something that hasn't been used for a couple years on the PWBA tour. And Nick describes it as a hooking type oil. So the 26.55 mils, which is kind of a medium to higher volume, will not play quite as slick. And then just looking at the pure ratios of the pattern, this is going to be the toughest one they've seen based off of the numbers alone. It does have a little asymmetry built into it. 1.89 to 1 on the left and 1.96 to 1 on the right. Another fun feature here on or available for this event is live scoring. So you do have the chance to keep an eye on all competitors from one screen as well, at least having the chance to check them out on the scoreboard. So you can see all these great matchups once again. For those of you, just curious about who's in the field this week for the BowlTV Classic. Once again, the top 24 of the 56 who qualified for the Summer Classic Series. We're watching 8 great competitors here on lanes 1 through 4. Over on 5 and 6, Valerie Bercier taking on Rocio Restrepo and Jillian Martin against Jordan Richards. So no lack of rev rate on that pair right there. So if you like seeing the ball go, make a move on the back end of the pattern. 5 and 6, good one to watch. Over on 7 and 8, Misaki Mukutani taking on Lauren Pate. And Maria Jose Rodriguez against Julia Bonds. Julia with the front 4. Over on 9 and 10, Daria Payuk taking on Diana Zavyalova. So pretty cool matchup right there. Ashley Rucker taking on Tanya Ramanpour as well. And then on 11 and 12, Jen Higgins taking on Brianna Cote. And Erin McCarthy taking on Giselle Paz. So Giselle Paz was the last player to earn a spot in the BowlTV Classic. She is taking advantage of the fresh start, if you will, front 4. So the qualifying portions of the Go Bowling Classic, the first event of the week, 9 games, and the International Bowling Campus Classic and its qualifying session, which was also 9 games. Those 18 game totals determine the players advancing here to the BowlTV Classic. But, you kind of looked at the numbers. Giselle was the last player in. She's, I believe, at plus 136. When you look at the top player overall for both events for qualifying, Stephanie Zavala, who was north of plus 300, they're starting even here. So everybody is starting fresh. So for these first couple of games, the standings are, they're going to be out there, but we're really not going to have a good footprint of kind of who's starting to run away from this event and who's starting to put themselves in position for a bit. So we have 2 rounds today of 8 games. As we said, 24 games total. So we'll have 16 of them out of the way today. So a long day for these competitors. A lot of games in this head-to-head matchup that my guy Curtis Von Kruger is all about. So not only the excitement of 16 games, but having to keep the mental focus, knowing how important those bonus pins are throughout the course of this event. So for every match that you win, you get 30 bonus pins. If you happen to tie a match, you split that. You and your opponent get 15. If you lose a match, 0 bonus pins. So that's going to be a big factor. It has generally always proven to help 1 or 2 players who, maybe averaged a little bit lower throughout the course of the week make a run into the top 5, which is going to be our stepladder final. So excited to see how this plays out. We had an event similar to this at the Kickoff Classic Series in January. The Hall of Fame Classic, it took 5 players to the final, and Julia Bond ended up winning that matchup, running the ladder to do so, to claim her first career PWBA Tour title. So Julia in the field this week. She is the season-long points leader as well. So another thing to keep in mind and take a look at. And, a big talking point this week, kind of looking ahead for Rookie of the Year, Player of the Year, all points-based awards at the end of the season. So for the Player of the Year, from the top 4, only 2 of the players advanced here to the BowlTV Classic. Julia Bond and Dasha Kovalova, Shannon O'Keefe, and Missy Parkin fell a little bit short of the BowlTV Classic field, so they are not competing in this event, and so not going to be getting quite as many points. So that's definitely going to play into it. we can look at players who can also make a move and, kind of get into the conversation. Liz Johnson entered this event in 5th place overall. The big mover and shaker so far this week has been Verdi Crawley. Verdi is the only player to make the top 12 in both events so far, and the only player to make all 3 match play rounds. And on top of just making match play, she's qualified for both stepladder finals. So she has a 4th place finish at the Go Bowling Classic, a runner-up finish at the IBC Classic, and we'll see if she can make another long run here. She entered this tournament in 6th place overall in points and has had just a phenomenal season, winner of the Greater Nashville Open as well.
We have a couple of bowlers coming off to a hot start. Giselle Pass working on the front 5. Julia Bond working on the front 5 as well. Both in pretty good control. I mean, although the Julia Bond Ashley Rucker match is close, a spare in the first and the next 3 for Ashley. Oh, excuse me, they're not bowling each other. My eyes deceive me. Ashley Rucker obviously is bowling Tanya Roundmember. So a couple of good starts here. Giselle Poss just 7-7. So she'll look to pick up the 3-6-10 and move from there. But it's still a good start. You always like to start with a 5-bagger. So a couple of good starts here. Although aside from that, Brianna Cote's got a good game, 7 spare, and then the next 5 as well. And was keeping it close with Jen Higgins, who had the 7 spare and the front 4 are the next 4, and then 6-2'd. So Brianna is going to have a little bit of a control in that match, but we can see that there's going to be a little bit of trouble here. If you don't throw it good, you're going to get punished. That's what I'm seeing. There's not a lot of managing the pocket. If you're not in it, then you're out pretty hard. And there's going to be a lot of 7, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 counts. So interesting start here. It looks like you either have it or you don't. Lots of opens early for a lot of players, and looks pretty tricky out there.
And folks, if you want to see the transition throughout the course of the day here and see how these great athletes work their way through it on the way to hopefully a long run here at the BowlTV Classic, you got to make sure you have that subscription to BowlTV. So for the folks who are on BowlTV already, you're already all set. You know the place to be for all the action today and tomorrow. We are streaming live here, Game 1, to Facebook and YouTube, as we usually do. So to all the folks watching on those platforms, a big hello and good morning. We are super excited that you're joining us here today, and we hope to see you throughout the course of the week. Join us on BowlTV. So to subscribe, you can just head to bowltv.com. We have a few different options to watch over the course of the next 2 days. You can pick up an event ticket to watch live action for all of today and all of tomorrow for $8.95. You can pick up a monthly recurring subscription for $9.95, so just $1 more there, or an annual recurring subscription for $79.95, which is the best way to support the PWBA Tour. BowlTV is the home of the PWBA Tour throughout the course of the year. And with the monthly and the annual recurring subscriptions, that actually gives you a few extra options on the site as well. So you not only get the live event coverage, but you also get the archived events. So if you happen to miss a round, I realize today is Monday, and maybe your boss is not cool and doesn't let you watch BowlTV during the workday, which is just rude of them, by the way.
Get a different job.
Pretty much, yeah. BowlTV friendly work environments here, folks. But if you want to go back and watch it, we have the archived events. So we have every minute of every round also archived for you to go back and watch. So if you missed your favorite player, you want to see how they attack the pattern, go back, check it out. All available not only from the PWBA Tour, but all the USBC short duration events. Junior Gold, we have hours upon days of coverage. You can go back and watch if you missed any of that.
And just going to interject there as to the amount of content. You could literally, if you wanted to, If you wanted to catch every minute of every stream we had at Junior Gold, you would watch over a year of solid nonstop content. That's just from Junior Gold. So tons and tons and tons and tons of material, but you might want to go over to 5 and 6, 7 and 8 channel and watch Julia Bond because she's got the front 7.
Let's go. And we do have the ability to do that here. So let's make that switch here in a second. But folks, we certainly hope you join us on BowlTV throughout the course of the week. Pick up that subscription. And in addition to the access and the availability and all the cool things on BowlTV, we also have a great community that interacts in the chat each and every event. And along with that, we have giveaways too. So we've already given away, I believe, 6 bowling balls this week, and we got 3 more to give away before it's all said and done. So with that, we hope to see you throughout the course of the week on BowlTV. But as Curtis said, since we got some strikes going on, another pair, let's check it out.
I am hyped. I am absolutely hyped for Julia Bond right now, as it is. It is not easy, but last I checked, Julia was pretty good. Another bowler that I just don't think realizes how good they are, and I think that's ubiquitous amongst really great bowlers, especially young in their career. It hasn't materialized that they're one of the 100 best bowlers on the planet. And Julia Bond, I would definitely put in that category. There are not a lot of people that are better than Julia Bond. There you see bottom right hand score, right side of your screen. Rocking the star jersey. She's a huge fan of astronomy, if you didn't know. Loves the stars, loves science. Of course, she is a rather intelligent and bright individual. An absolute joy to watch. Played some pinball last night. Showed her a little bit of the ways of pinball, because these younger kids need to learn. They need to know that pinball is awesome. There is a great arcade about 8 minutes away from here, Aaron Smith, called Free Play, and I'm sure you are familiar with it.
I've been there, yes.
Come on, Julia. Oh, little bit of a fruit salad there. She gets them all to tumble. That's the front 8. How many? Okay, BowlTV audience, how many should I give her before the clouds around the ITRC darken and rolling thunder crackles in the distance? I'm going to give her 9.
Man, with that lead in, sounds like you got a future in writing songs for Garth Brooks. A little thunder rolls right there. So you mentioned Julia and the love of science. She actually has a degree in forensic biology. As a fun fact.
Oh. Okay. I have to catch the Jeff. I have to catch the 10th. I'm sorry. I would not be doing my job, and Aaron Smith would fire me. He would yell at me because on air he would chastise me. So let me go get my gear prepared as the time is nigh for the 9th shot. So keep it tuned here, though. You don't want to miss this opening game, and it just is indicative of what is going to happen throughout the day.
Let's go. All right, folks. Curtis Von Kruger going to get in position to capture the moment. See if it continues. Julia Bond, 8 consecutive strikes to start this game, taking on Maria Jose Rodriguez. We see Misaki Mukutani and Lauren Pate also on 7 and 8. Over on 5 and 6, Valerie Bercier taking on Rocio Restrepo, and Jillian Martin taking on Jordan Richard. Here's Valerie, making it 4 in a row. So once again, 24 games of round-robin match play over the course of the next 2 days. That next round of match play is scheduled to start today at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 local time in the Dallas Metroplex area. Nice shot from Maria. Fortunately, ran into a buzzsaw this game. She can still get to 204, but Julia Bond taking care of business so far. There's Jillian Martin with the double. All right, here's Bond, far right of your screen, lane 8. 2-time national tour champion here in 2021. Looking for one more. Get out of there, 4-pin. We saw Julia roll a humongous 299 game at the IBC Classic to help her qualify for the BowlTV Classic here after a 5th place finish at the Go Bowling Classic to kick off the week. She had some struggles. And with the pinfall and the qualifying coming from both events, she had given a lot of pins back and was in the minus with 3 games left to go. And then stepped up, and it actually might have been on 7 and 8 now that I think about it. And threw the front 11 for 299 to make a big jump in the standings, and ended up holding on for one of the last spots here in the BowlTV Classic. Looks to be in full control here early on this 41-foot condition. Misaki gets the late hit and get to 191 still. So for Lauren Pate, we need this strike here to shut out. And Lauren with the 210. It's going to give Misaki an opportunity to sneak out this victory. Bercier looking for one more. Takes care of business. 246 out there. Rocio can get to 230. Misaki needs it. Gets it. So depending on what Lauren does here on the spare attempt will determine what Misaki needs. If she strikes, she wins regardless. Best Pate can get to is 190. Misaki has 191 out there. Lauren's going to take the 1, so she's going to be at 189. So 9 or a strike for a victory here for Mukutani in game number 1 to get those all-important 30 bonus pins. So, folks, we literally get to have this type of excitement. Games come down to the 10th frame here for 16 games today and 8 tomorrow before we determine our top 5 for the stepladder finals. So if you like head-to-head bowling competition, this is your jam here, folks. All 3 in the 10th, Misaki Mukutani going to take it home. 191 to 189 victory over Lauren Pate. So she's going to get the 30 bonus pins. Start the day off at plus 21. But right now, it's Julia Bond time. Working on 9 consecutive strikes. Can she add one more here at the BowlTV Classic? Oh, that's 7-pin. Thought about it for a second, knew better. 10 for 10 for Julia here. Going to get the victory. 30 bonus pins, all hers here in game 1. But the added excitement, potentially rolling the 3rd 300 at the Summer Classic Series. Stephanie Zavala shot one at the Go Bowling Classic. And then yesterday at the regional, Kayla Pashina connected for all 12. Julia looking for number 11. It's kind of a chance. Oh, how good was that? Julia Bond, front 11, second time this week. Opening statement for the 2-time PWBA Tour champion. The leader on the season-long points list. Front runner for PWBA Player of the Year here in 2021. Is kicking off. BowlTV Classic here, front 11. Let's get one more here. Come on, let's start the day this way. Bring it home, Julia. Julia Bond for 300. It's going to have a chance. Let's go. Julia Bond, folks. How about that? 300 out of the gates at the BowlTV Classic. What a way to kick off the day. And Curtis Von Kruger off the hook already. That's what we're talking about, folks. That's why you subscribe to BowlTV, to check out unbelievable performances just like that. And even Curtis is back. Curtis.
The clouds part. An array of single sunshine beams down upon Julia Bond as she put 3 just dead in the pocket there. And I will tell you something. I will let you in on a little secret, BowlTV. She did not throw that ball in practice.
Oh, wow.
She just decided, hey, you know what? I think I have a better look with this ball, and took it out for the first frame of that game, and then railed off 12 in a row. I think it's safe to say she will be in first place to start this tournament. And what an incredible start here for Julia Bond. We will put that out here as soon as we can. Check it out for social media if you want to relive that incredible 300 there by Julia. What an impressive start for the young player, looking to grab a stranglehold over the Player of the Year race right now. And another TV final would go a long way to do that, coupled with maybe possibly a win. So we shall see what happens here throughout the tournament, as I just passed off that SD card to Jason Thomas.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It really does. So,
and Bond is, as we talked about with her a couple days ago here on the broadcast, the only other time we've held an event like this, she kind of won the whole thing. So she has a track record at events like this. Obviously, different pattern, different time of the year, all that stuff. But yes, a statement game out of the gates, saying 24 games of round robin match play. I'm all about this. Give me that energy. All right, folks, we are just about wrapped up here in game number 1. Larry Bercier going to get a win over Rocio Restrepo. Jillian Martin going to get the dub against Jordan Richard.
You know, we've had a few front nines here, and my win percentage, I'm going to take full credit for this, is above 500. It's above 50. So who's the black cloud? Come on now.
Can't argue that. Love the energy. That type of batting average will get you in the Hall of Fame. So,
Oh, absolutely.
all right, folks. Once again, for the folks who are watching on BowlTV, you're already in the right place. Hang out. We'll be right back for game 2 of this 8-game block here from the BowlTV Classic. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, we're going to say goodbye for right now, but we certainly hope you make your way on over bowltv.com, pick up a subscription to watch the action, see amazing games just like that from Julia Bond. But folks, we'll take that quick reset and we'll be right back here. Game 2 from the BowlTV Classic on, you guessed it, BowlTV.
Real quick, I will tell the audience she used the dark code, a newer ball in the Storm lineup. Looked pretty impressive there. So dark code was what Julia used.